All right, guys, we are back and better than ever. It is Tuesday night here on Miles of Horror. I have one of the best twos out there with me tonight. Jordon Lingle at Shinigami Jingle. I got it right this time.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna be talking horror with you guys. Some major releases this week. Halloween week. We're talking TerrorVision, the new Terrifier set. Trick or Treat. Some recent pickups. And then we want to show you guys some recs we have for this week, some Halloween time watches that we love, along with what we're gonna watch on Halloween night. All right, so yeah. Before we do anything, let's hit that music, guys. So Jordan, what's up, man? How you been?
I've been good, dude. How about you?
Dude, all good. How are things? What's been going on?
Oh, dude, just loving horror, watching horror movies every day this month. Every year, my wife and I try to watch at least one horror movie every day of the month.
Oh, really?
Yep, and actually,
Dude,
we've knocked it out of the park this year so far.
I
Most years we don't end up doing it, but this year it's been all good so far. So.
Dude, that's sick. I've been following on your Instagram, your social media, and I'll link Jordan's Instagram below. He's got an awesome page. I'm sure he'll tell you guys more. But if you watched our last video together, Jordan showed us some of his figurine collection. It is bomb ass shit, guys. It is like I'm so jealous of his collection. I have my stuff and it's cool, but I never really got into the figurine game, and Jordan's makes me want to. It's so legit.
Well, I saw in one of your recent videos that you got gifted some figures, and you were like, "Man, this could be bad."
Dude, I like
It
between
is.
that and seeing your collection, I want to get into it.
It's a
And
deep
like
hole.
it is, man, and I just have so many other deep holes. It's a problem. So the thing is about the figurines, like I didn't realize like the detail that goes into them, and I
Mhm.
knew that they were detailed, and I know they're like higher end stuff, but the truth of it was, I went to Comic Con last week, and PCS, I think it is,
Yep,
PCS
yep.
Collectibles had a booth. I went over there and I was chatting up with them, and they had the new half scale Myers statue.
I've seen that, dude. That
Dude,
thing's sick.
that shit is insane.
Yeah, it's sweet, dude. I'm pretty sure they're doing a half scale ghost face too. I'm pretty sure it's either them or another company, but
Word.
their half scale Myers is sick, dude. I actually considered getting that. I try not to get too much into the statues and stuff, but that one is just, oh my god, it's so nice.
When I see people like online with them, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'd love to have that, but they're
Yeah,
super pricey. Like that Myers, the half scale is like 2K.
yeah,
Which, again, in my head, it's like, all right, I'm sure it's pretty sweet, but 2K is a lot of money. Not that I haven't
yeah,
spent that on collectibles, I have.
yeah.
But
Same, same.
when I saw it in person, I was like I might buy this on the spot because
Dude.
it's so fucking legit.
Yeah, well, and the cool thing too about the like the figures that I collect, there's 6 scale figures is what they call them, and they're all completely posable. So like if you get bored of looking at it one way, you can just switch up the pose, and it almost becomes a whole new piece. So that's kind of
So,
cool.
dude, that's awesome. So all your
Yeah.
figures are 1/6 scale.
Yep. Yep.
Cool. So I'm guessing like that. So you saw the Myers figure that I got. So a buddy gifted it to me. He got me a couple really cool things.
Yep.
One being the Juan Ramos Halloween poster,
I saw
which,
that, dude.
dude,
So
that
sick.
thing. He runs a comic shop. He's been my best friend for like 30 years, and we grew up together. And our parents were really good friends growing up and all this stuff. And now he runs a comic shop. Where we grew up, and he kind of inherited all this stuff that was left when he took over. And so they have a bunch of horror shit. And every once in a while, he'll like hook me up with some stuff. And
That's awesome.
he shows up, and he has that Halloween print, and that thing, dude, that thing hits eBay for like 350 minimum.
Yeah, I've seen it before. Like it looked really familiar, and then you posted it, and I was like, oh my god, I've checked that out before. Because I was like really big into the prints and stuff for a while. I mean, I still am, but I'm really selective.
100%. So
Space is an issue.
it's hard. You know what it is? I am selective now also. And then I
Yeah.
want, before I get to that figure, But the issue for me with the prints, I still buy a shit ton. I probably have about 30 prints just in the corner of my room, just like sitting there. But the problem for me is that I hate those like Michaels frames, and I hate those third party frame companies.
Yep.
So all my shit's custom framed.
Yep.
So when you start getting into that game, it becomes this whole other
Oh yeah.
hobby. And so, I'm happy with everything I have, and I love how everything's framed and looked, but each print is like $250 to frame.
Yeah.
And so it just becomes a real issue. So, when I eventually get like a more permanent residence, I'm going to go deeper into that rabbit hole and get some of the other stuff framed. But
Definitely.
he gave me that print, and he hooked me up with that Michael Myers, and I'm guessing that's like a 6 scale, right? Like a 1/6 scale.
That one I think is a 1/12 scale. I think around there. It looks like it's probably about like 6 inches to 8 inches.
Yeah, probably
tall.
about that.
So pretty much all these ones are like 12 inches because like essentially it's 1/6 of the size of the character. So like if someone's 6 foot, then it's a 12-inch figure. Or like
Got
Chucky
it.
over here. He's like a smaller one because he's so small, So
Yeah, but it's technically
yeah.
still a 1/6 scale, right?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm looking at them now in your background, and it does look like they are bigger than my Michael.
They're all roughly like probably like that big. They're
Yeah, it's
pretty
fucking
decent.
sick, dude, and I love how you have it in the glass case.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to show us. You're gonna have to do like a whole show on that one time, and
Dude, hell
show
yeah.
it to
I'm
us. And
totally down.
I like I've seen a few of your things, and it's fucking awesome, dude. But anyway, so I think that figurine, it might even be like a NECA, or it might, it's something low,
Yeah,
low.
it's something like that.
But seeing the detail that went into PCS, seeing the just this NECA figure, it's cool stuff, man. I would love to get into it.
I was a big NECA collector too before I got into this, and then I kind of I started out with Funko Pops, and then I traded up to NECA, and then I traded up to these, and then I traded up to customs, and yeah, it's a big rabbit hole. So
yeah, it's funny you said the Funko Pops, man. I went on a tear with those things for like 3 years. I probably have about 100 of them, all in the box.
Yep.
And the biggest issue, just like posters with the Funko Pops, is where do you put them? Like especially when you keep them in the box. So for a while, I had this giant like stacked cube of Funko Pops in my classroom, and it was just this giant Funko Pop wall. And the kids were like totally enamored by it, but it got to the point where it was like I don't want it out here anymore. So I have them literally in a closet at my school, and they just came out the Goosebumps Funkos, and I
know, dude, those are sick. But yeah, like dude, they're coming out with a lot of cool horror ones, and it's like, man, do I want to get back into that? Probably not, but they're sweet.
I'm in the same boat, man. And they did Tall Man. They have an Art the Clown, like
the Thing.
They have the Thing, so they have all and the Goosebumps. Really, I said to they have like like the second line of Killer Clowns now. So I said to myself, like, I really wanted to, get them, but like again, it's probably like $100 for the line of 5, and it's like, what? I don't even have a place to put them. So I passed on. Same thing with I'm still thinking about getting them, but same thing with the Trick or Treat Studios Goosebumps figurines, which I'm still considering. Yeah, still considering getting those. But again, it's one of those things where, like, as a collector, especially at this point, when you gotta be picky, man. It's just hard.
That's how it is for me too, dude.
Anyway, so you were telling me that you and Alyssa, by the way, Jordan's wife Alyssa is a big horror fan as well. Hopefully, you can do a show one time with her also.
Yeah, that'd be
get her
sick.
on, let her do her thing. But you were telling me you guys watch like you do like an every night of October kind of watch. And you guys this year more than any other year are like following through with the game plan. Have you guys watched anything good? Anything of note?
Oh my gosh, dude! Yeah, we've watched a ton of stuff. So basically, like we alternate like picking. So like I'll pick one day and then she'll pick the other, and that's how we go through. And then every year on the 30th and the 31st, we watch the same 2 movies, which I'll get into that later when we show our Halloween picks. But yeah, dude, I mean it's mainly stuff that like we like to watch a lot. Like, I mean, like Nightmare on Elm Street, The Craft, Jeepers Creepers, Casper, the Friendly Ghost. It's like like the classics that like you just like to watch, you know?
Yeah,
So
dude,
like,
I love all of those choices.
yeah,
You guys are
yeah.
doing it the right way.
Tonight, I think she already picked out what she's watching tonight. So she picked out Lucio Fulci's Zombie. So
Oh
I'm
shit.
excited for that
First of
because
all, she's instantly the coolest for picking out fucking Zombie. Never would have put that on her in a million
yeah,
years.
yeah, yeah,
That's
dude. I've kind of turned her into like a less casual horror fan. You
good.
know,
And
like
you mentioned she's like all about Terrifier, right? Like that's
yeah,
her vibe. And she has a
yeah,
Terrifier tattoo, I think, right? You were telling me?
yeah, yeah,
Dude, like I mean, she's all about the gore. That's awesome.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we totally got to get her on sometime.
That'd be sick.
I'll drop her socials down below as well. I think it's at Alyssa Lingle, right? Something
Yep,
like that.
yep,
So yeah, I'll definitely drop that below. But that's awesome, dude. I'm glad you guys are getting some good watches in.
yeah,
But anyway, so we got a lot of great news this week, all kinds of good stuff. And you and I were kind of texting back and forth about it. But in my opinion, this was like an October to remember. And
oh yeah,
I did a video kind of showcasing my October gets and all my my physical media from this month. And
yep,
as I was going through it, I was kind of like blown away. I couldn't believe the amount that I got this month, but also the things that were released this year and specifically this month were insane. So, we got that big Terrifier box set. I feel like we just got to get into it.
yep.
We got that big Terrifier box set. What are your thoughts? You plan on getting it? What's the deal?
Oh yeah, dude. I pre-ordered that day one. I sent it to Alyssa right away actually, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is sick!" And she's like, "We have to get it, like the most expensive edition with all the goodies and everything." So yeah, we went that route. There's a lot of cool extra stuff. Like usually with like the big collector's editions, I tend to pass on them just because it's like, where am I gonna put all this stuff, you know? But there's some pretty cool stuff in there, like the Christmas tree glasses and the Lego set, which is really cool. I actually used to be a big Lego fan myself too before I started collecting horror stuff. So I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah, dude. I'm with you. I did not get that set, but I mentioned in my video that I totally think it was worth it.
Oh,
Um,
100%, dude.
yeah. Like we'll get into that just the actual physical media set in a minute. But the set that you got was $135, and it had all the physical media stuff, plus the slip covers, plus the hard box and all that. And it came,
Yeah.
like you said, with that Lego. It came with the I'm drawing a blank right now. It came with
The Christmas tree
oh yeah, the Christmas
glasses.
tree glasses. Yep, and then the VHS.
Yep, the VHS. That's like the nail in the coffin for me, dude, because I got that Terrifier 2 VHS from
Oh,
Walmart, and I had it signed by Damien and David,
oh
which was
shit.
pretty sweet. So yeah, I mean, like I just had to get it because that might be the only way that you can get Terrifier 3 on VHS. I don't know if they'll do a Walmart like partnership again or not, you know?
Yeah,
So
hell yeah. That's awesome, dude. If I was in your shoes and I had that Terrifier 2 VHS, I would have totally done the same thing.
yeah, dude.
Like I said, I think the set was totally worth every penny. And I think if you go to a convention, and just so you guys have reference here, the difference between the two sets, the strict physical media set and the collector's edition with everything bundle, was a $40 difference. So
Yeah.
for that extra $40, you got the glasses, you got the VHS, and you got the Lego, and there might have been like one other thing.
There's a bunch of prints in there too, I think, and stuff like that. So
Yeah, so if you were to go to convention and you were to buy those glasses, those would easily be like $20 at a convention.
oh yeah.
If the VHS itself probably be like $30,
Yeah.
and the Lego, I mean, it's a it's a gimmicky kind of thing, but it's
Yeah.
cute, it's fun, it's a nice shelf popper.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, I'd put that at like a $15 value. So it's
100%. Exactly.
it's undoubtedly worth the price tag. It's just a matter of if you wanted to spend the extra $40 or not.
Yeah,
Um,
and the way that I look at it, I mean, you're getting 4Ks. I've spent more on I've spent $40 on one 4K before, you know. So I mean, if four of them at $40, that's already $160, you know? So I mean, you're getting a good deal on it, I think. So
Not only that, you're 1,000% right. And I thought both the box set itself for the four 4Ks plus the hard box plus the book, all that stuff for $95
yeah, it's
or
a
the 100,
steal.
whatever deal you do is insane. But not only that, you get free shipping because once you hit I think 140 25 maybe,
Yeah.
whatever it is gets you free shipping. And so like, dude, you go to Scream Factory, and again, there's a place for Scream Factory, and I'm not against them or anything, but I really want the Faculty 4K. I really want Drag Me to Hell 4K, but I'm spending $40
Yep.
before shipping on just the one title.
I'm a
Um,
sucker for it still though, dude. I'm still giving in to him.
I do. I'm going to also. I'm
Yeah.
just like, I hate you. I have to also. I'm with
Yeah.
you. And but again, like you think about this Terrifier set, it is $95, and you get four 4Ks plus
Yeah.
a hard box, plus the booklet, plus free shipping. Like
Yeah.
it's not even close. It's not even
Yeah.
close to Scream Factory. And so yeah, I'm with you, dude. That set looks fire. Like you said, you get the four 4Ks, the hard box, the newly commissioned art. What I really love about this set, though, besides the fact that I actually passed on those first couple sets.
Yep. Same.
They did the Terrifier one, they did this art collection, and I remember thinking at the time, I said to myself, "There's going to be another movie." Like you could spend the money now, and it's awesome and it's cool, but there is going to be another movie. So
Yeah.
just maybe this time just chill, Goldstein. That's my last name. Just chill, Robbie. Like just
Yeah.
chill. There'll be another set. And I kind of was patting myself on the back here because over the years, it's been quite a number of years since they put those sets out. I was looking on eBay and all these third party sources, but that's those sets were going for like $300 minimum.
Oh yeah.
The explosion of Terrifier was like this perfect storm of events for
Yeah.
that set to just explode. And I was kind of, patting myself on the back because they did it. They came out with the box set, and now it's a 4K. So I feel like I did the right thing.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
So anyway, so yeah, we have that coming out. It's a fantastic release. I'm really excited for it. So let us know, guys, if you plan on getting that. What are your thoughts on that Terrifier set? Um, are you planning on getting it? Which set you're gonna get? Because that was a major announcement from Umbrella, and who's doing it better than Umbrella right now?
Well, yeah, and the turnaround time on that set, they're hoping to have it in people's hands by Christmas, which is just crazy to me. I mean, if they can actually make that happen, that's insane.
Yeah.
So,
Totally. Also, just a quick shout out. I don't know if you, Jordan, I don't know if you've dealt with them, their customer service at all, but they are fantastic. They put out I ordered the Late Night with the Devil set, right? And
mhm.
I didn't actually get it the first time around. They sold out, and I regretted not getting it. And I actually hit them up through email and I said, "Hey, I'm a big fan of your company. I have a whole collection of your stuff. These are my socials and all this stuff. And is there any chance you guys might have a back order or like a whatever copy still available in the warehouse?" And they emailed me back and said we might have one, at the release point. And they emailed me back like 2 weeks later, like, we have an extra one. If you want it, it's yours. I PayPal them on the spot, and it
Yeah,
came,
dude.
and which was super awesome of them. But it came, and it had a dented corner, and it's coming all the way from Australia, so I wasn't going to be
Yeah.
a stickler about it. But they sent out an additional kind of social media blast asking if anybody had issues with their shipments, and if they did, just let them know, and they'll send out replacement parts because they had like a new shipping company and yada yada. And so I hit them up, and they're like, "Oh, we'll send you a new box right away."
That's awesome, dude.
So I can't
Yeah,
say it.
that's
I can't.
great.
Awesome. So I can't say enough amazing things about Umbrella. But anyway, so yeah, that is that. I'm glad you're getting that set, man. I hope Alyssa enjoys it.
Yes, I will. We will put a lot of miles on that for sure.
Great. All right, so moving right along, we got some news from TerrorVision today, and I know, Jordan, you're a big fan of TerrorVision,
Yep.
as well as me. So, in case you guys didn't hear it, TerrorVision had some issues with their warehouse. Now, TerrorVision has it used to be a OCN partner label of Vinegar Syndrome, and they eventually broke off. It's run by Brad Henderson and Ryan Grayface, and Brad Henderson was a major player with Vinegar Syndrome. He still contributes on some of their things, but TerraVision is, in my opinion, the like number one up and coming company. I subscribe to
100%.
them, and they've put out a few titles in recent months that I am just smitten over. One being WNUF 2, 2 being Frogman,
Frog
3
Man. Yep.
being Rumpelstiltskin, which I know you're excited about, just
I'm
like
so
me.
excited about that.
Same, dude. So anyway, they dropped some news today that their warehouse, kind of the roof ripped off, and a lot of their stuff got sent to the wrong place, and a lot of stuff got damaged. So their goal was to get everyone their titles by Halloween, especially the WNUF 2, but it doesn't
Yeah.
look like it's going to happen. There were a few people that are getting it shipped. I think just the club members, and they're going to try and get the rest out quickly. Did you order any of this stuff, Jordan? Are you into
Yep, I've got it all in order. I've got WNUF2, Frogman, and Rumpelstiltskin on order. So I remember watching the WNUF Halloween special on Shudder, and thinking it was really sweet. It was kind of just something I'd put on in the background, like around Halloween time, you know. But I picked up that TerraVision release at a con about a month ago, and I'm excited to revisit it. And then same with Frogman. I haven't watched that yet, but I'm a big found footage fan, so I'm super excited for that. And it's a new found footage movie, which is sweet. So
Yeah, I remember you were showing me what you got at the con. So
yeah,
I want to hear more about that. But Frogman is an interesting title because I'd never even heard about it
yeah, me either.
until they announced it, and now it feels like this crazy weird underground title that like no
Yep,
one knew about, that all of a sudden is like on our radars. And like you said, it's a found footage movie, and it just looks creepy, man. And so I'm
yeah,
excited for that as well. And the WNEF2, if you haven't had a chance to check it out, anybody here, Ryan Grayface went live today and actually showed the releases. He showed the WNEF2 slip with all the inserts and all that. He showed the WNF2, and why am I drawing a blank here? And the
Frogman.
Frogman, the box and the artwork and all that, and it resembles the video violence kind of side loader.
That's
Um,
awesome.
so it's like that, but it's actually bigger and thicker, which is awesome. So they both look fantastic. If you guys haven't had a chance to check that out, go check out his live from today. But TerraVision, we appreciate you guys. Keep doing your thing. I'm sorry about the mess that you're in, Ryan. I appreciate you coming and being so humble about all that stuff. We're excited, man. Jordan and I can't wait for
Yeah,
that stuff to come in.
he's a great guy too. Like me and him talked for so long at the con and just talked horror movies and upcoming stuff, and it was awesome. So I'm a
Oh,
big
hell
fan
yeah.
of them.
Wait, so what did you pick up at the con?
So you actually recommended me a couple titles. So I picked up Psycho Sisters, Video Violence 1 and 2. I need to get caught up on their stuff bad. So I picked up Psycho Sisters, Video Violence 2, Hollow Gate. Um, oh, it was like I forget what it was. It was like a computer horror movie, I
Oh,
think.
yeah.
I I Still See You or something,
Yeah.
right?
What will we do or something?
Something like that.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
But yeah,
I watched it. Like what will you do next or something?
yeah. That's
Or
what
what
it is.
happens next? I think it's called.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So I watched all of those, and you're gonna love them, man. They're
Yeah,
all
so I
fantastic.
I watched Psycho Sisters, the newer version, because there's two versions on there. There's the SOV version, and then there's like the remake version from '98, I believe. And I was a big fan of that one, dude. Like there was some amazing gore scenes in
Oh
that,
yeah.
and
So wait.
the two girls in it are just babes,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, 100%. I love Psycho Sisters, and actually, I'm really jealous that you got that set because
Yeah.
I have the Vinegar Syndrome release from,
Oh, really?
or I'm
Gotcha.
sorry, it's not a Vinegar Syndrome. I believe it's Saturn's Core, maybe.
Yeah.
And I had that set from a couple of years back, and that's how I've seen the movie, and it's a great release. But it kills me knowing there's this other set out there, and
Yeah.
like I went back and forth so many times. Like, should I get the TerraVision version? And it has like a legit, it's got a side loader, right?
Yep.
Dude,
Yep.
like,
It's
ugh, I
sweet.
gotta get it because I happen to love Psycho Sisters, and not only that, but the Saturn's Core release, again, I think it's Saturn's Core, doesn't have the newer version.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it only has the original one.
Oh, so yeah, you need it then, dude.
Yeah,
100%.
So I want to get that. I'm jealous that you got that. Anyway, so Psycho Sisters, What Happens Next Will Scare You. That's what it's called.
That's what it is. That's what it
What
is.
Happens Next Scare You.
You're right.
So much fun, man. Definitely excited for you to see that.
I've got a
Um,
massive backlog of movies I need to check out, dude.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you 100%. It's horrible. And like, I thought maybe this October would be like, I'd redeem myself. But you know what the problem is? And tell me if you have the same problem. But like, there was just another influx of movies. Like, yeah, I
Yeah.
watched a lot of stuff,
My
but I
God,
probably got
dude.
like 150 more titles. So it's like,
And then this Friday we've got the November Vinegar Syndromes and like the Black Friday pre-order shit, dude. It's never ending.
the
Like
biggest time of the year for physical media.
the
Hasn't even started yet.
the Gosser videos doing Cannibal the Musical from Matt and Trey Parker
I heard, yeah. Oh
Trey
my,
Parker and Matt Stone of South Park.
yeah,
I'm so hyped for that release,
yeah,
dude. I can't
yeah.
wait.
I didn't. So actually, I'm glad you said that because I read something a little bit about that, but I didn't realize that they were putting it out.
Yeah.
I subscribe to the the emails and stuff. So wait, so what's exactly happening? So did Gosner's putting out the Cannibal the Musical from the South Park creators?
Yeah. Yep. And I believe it's a 4K too.
Oh shit!
But it's gonna go up on Friday. My birthday.
Oh
Shout
hell
out.
yeah, hell yeah! That's November 1st.
Yes, sir.
Yay yay! Happy early birthday, 30,
Thanks, dude. 29.
29.
I'm
Okay, all right.
way.
Well, listen,
Almost
man.
there.
Happy early birthday.
Thanks, dude.
That's a great birthday present. You know.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm hyped for it. I'm probably gonna spend way too much money when I get up at midnight at night.
Oh, for sure, dude. I'm with you. Anyway, so all that stuff is great. Appreciate that little nugget about Cannibal, the musical. I'm excited for that for sure. Let's keep things rolling here. Just briefly, I know you and I spoke, and I don't think either of us have seen this movie, but I know that Synapse Films just released Trick or Treat.
Yep.
I believe it's a 4K. I ordered it.
Yep. Same.
It's a 4K. It's like a 1988, I think is the year.
Yep.
Grungy rock star Halloween movie.
Gene
And
Simmons is in it. I think
Gene
Ozzy's in
Simmons,
it.
yep.
I crowdfunded the In Search of Darkness documentaries, all of
Yes,
them.
you told me about that. Yeah,
And the very first one, they talk about trick or treat. It's not
correct.
trick or treat, trick or treat. And Corey Taylor from Slipknot talks about how big of like a fan he was of that movie and like how big of an influence it had on him. And like the clips they show just look badass, dude. So I'm super hyped to check it out.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. And like, what's so cool about being a physical media collector and like being a horror fan is I've been watching horror movies my whole life, right? And you've been into horror your whole life, and it could be your everything, yet there are still things we haven't seen.
Oh
Like,
my God.
I haven't seen this movie, and
There's an endless amount.
endless amount. And that's kind of the beauty of physical media, right? Being able to watch these things that you've never heard
Yeah.
of. And things like that. But it's a really cool feeling when there's a title like Trick or Treat that seems to be a massive fan favorite.
Yep.
It really does. According to the boys over at Dead Pit, I don't know if you're a fan
Oh
of
yeah. Oh
Dead
yeah.
Pit.
Dude.
They were like clamoring for this, and they did shows on just this one movie alone.
Yeah.
And they were pretty convinced that this is going to sell out in minutes.
Yeah.
Because it was such a fan favorite movie. So for me, I'm really excited about that because I love when we get these special editions on these movies, and to get a movie like this that is so beloved and so coveted by horror fans, and for me to kind of join that and see what it's all about for the first time is exciting for me.
Oh yeah, dude, it's awesome, and like you said, you get to experience like a classic like that for the first time ever, dude. It's gonna be awesome. I do want to know what cover did you end up picking up?
That's a great question. It's funny, I when I don't know if you like went on right when right when it dropped.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
It was popping off. Like
Yeah.
Synapse was collapsed completely, and people were like freaking out, like this thing's selling out. And so I actually went over to Diabolic,
Yeah.
and they were all available when I ordered mine. So I
Mhm.
opted for B.
Nice, dude.
I opted
Same.
for B. Oh, did you? Hell
Yep. Dude,
Um,
I think that's the Devin Whitehead
yep,
art,
yep,
right?
yep.
Dude, he's like Cavity Colors, dude. That's like my favorite clothing company. So I knew I had to go with that one. I know a lot of people were getting the C one,
Yeah.
but yeah, I had to go with B. That's my dude.
So I'm 100% with you on that
Yeah.
100%. And again, for someone who hasn't seen the movie, you said you hadn't seen it either, right?
No, I
Yeah.
haven't. I'm
So
excited.
people who haven't seen the movie, we're just going off of feel, right? And
Yeah.
when I watched that, when I saw the B artwork, there was some kind of a monster in there that I like when I
Yeah.
looked, and it just looked the most. It looked like the one that had the biggest depiction of the whole movie.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I agree.
and so I went with that. I thought the font was pretty cool. So I went with B, and I know, like you had said, most people went for A and C because
Yeah.
if you looked on Diabolic, A and C had sold out first, and B
Yeah.
was still available. So I thought that was interesting, but I did opt for B, just like you, man.
Yeah, that's wild. He's literally like one of the biggest horror artists. I mean, he does all the art for Cavity Colors, most of it for all their big like movie poster shirts and stuff.
I will say, I don't know if you got this also, but mine shipped today.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I'll have to look, dude.
So like it's very possible this thing comes like on Halloween, and I'll
I
have a
hope so,
serious decision
dude.
to make. I think I'll have to watch if it comes on Halloween. I gotta watch it.
Yeah, dude. I might have to too. That's sweet.
Anyway, yeah. So I'm really excited for that. I'm glad you are too. All that is fantastic. So again, just a major month for physical media. Um, So anyway, have you watched anything recently, or you picked up recently of note that you want to share? Hit me with it.
Yeah, I actually just got 2 pre-orders in today from Amazon.
Oh yeah,
I pre-ordered the new Scream Factory Shocker 4K, Wes Craven's Shocker, which actually is going to be a first-time watch for me. But it's another one that I've heard is just super beloved. Like I said, like I used to watch those In Search of Darkness documentaries and just write down like all these '80s horror movies that I haven't seen. So I'm
it's
super excited to check that one out.
it's funny. Like Shock, I've never seen it either, and
Yeah.
Shocker is like one of those movies that reminds me of the video store era. Like that cover is ingrained
Yeah.
in my brain.
Oh yeah, dude.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, so I grabbed that one, and then I also pre-ordered the Adams Family Values 4K, which is on 4K for the very first time, and that's like that's a classic, dude. Both of those Adams Family movies are just classics, and they're fun too because I can watch them with my kids, you know.
Yeah,
So
100%. I'm not sure if it's in Adam's Family or Values, but there's a scene that I always think about when Wednesday's in the play, the Thanksgiving play, and she's like, "Eat
yeah,
me," you know what I'm talking about?
yeah, that's in I think that's in Adams Family,
Okay,
the
yeah,
first
and
one. Yeah,
I just that scene always, and like the whole thing gets burned alive, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's great.
So yeah,
Okay.
those are my 2 newest pickups. And then I had a bunch of stuff come in the last couple of weeks. I grabbed, well, obviously the Nightmare on Elm Street 4K, which everyone's buzzing over, and then I also grabbed the Ghoulies 4K from MVD. I've been wanting that one for a while.
Nice. Yeah, I have
So,
that Ghoulies release. Did you pick up the overseas limited for
yep,
Nightmare?
of course, dude. I
Oh
had
yeah,
to. I
yeah.
had to have that original poster artwork, especially, dude. Like, there's something about original poster artwork being on steelbooks that just it's so nice. It looks so
Dude,
good.
that steelbook is banging. Like
Yeah,
what I know some people were there was some division with that release. I mean, most people loved the 4K. They loved the scan. And
yeah,
I agree. I thought they did a phenomenal job. The movie has never
yeah.
looked better, but there
Oh
were some
yeah,
people who weren't entirely happy with the artwork on that. If I don't
yeah.
know if you heard about it, but
The glove.
the glove, yeah.
Yeah, they're saying it's on the wrong hand. Yeah. Yeah, but honestly, I remember watching your video, and it's like you can kind of interpret it either way. Like, I mean, like you can look at it one way, it looks like it's his pinky, and then the other way, it looks like it's his thumb. So you can't really. I mean, it's not a big deal to me.
100%. I
I think it looks
agree.
nice.
I don't think there's enough there to really warrant like being
Yeah.
upset about it.
Yeah.
I love the retro style packaging. I thought it came out
Oh, same.
fantastic. Let me ask you this: did you take off the stickers?
I did. Yeah.
I did too. I was like
Yeah.
nervous and I was pulling them off, dude. I was like, I don't want to fuck this thing up.
I actually didn't realize that they were stickers until I think I watched Planet CHH's video. I didn't
Word.
realize they were stickers, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I'm taking those off.
So yeah, the Elm Street 4K, and then the other thing was on the back. Freddy's kind of clawing through the front or
Yeah,
the back, and people are saying that's not
it's part 4,
it's part
Freddy.
four,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Again, that sort of thing bothers me a little bit more, but
yeah.
it's not a deal breaker for me. I thought.
I'm pretty sure it's also the same like picture that's on the Blu-ray set, like on like the front cover, which
Oh,
kind
that
of
the
is
red
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of recycled,
Yeah, it's all
but
Gucci to me, man. I
but
thought the set was awesome.
that yeah, like
Um,
the main point in that it's that steelbook dude with the original artwork. It's so nice.
It's beautiful. Yeah, I'm with you. Speaking of, if anybody is in need of that set, it is completely sold out. I have an extra one available, still shrink wrapped in the Warner Brothers box. When it first came out, I happened to order from Diabolic. I'm sorry, from Diabolic and from Orbit. So I have two. And I'm not looking to make money off anybody. Just hit me up. I'd rather not go through eBay and third parties and whatever. I will, I'm sure I can make some money on those. But now we want to get into some recommendations. And Jordan is like king of movies. He knows all these great recommendations. So I wanted to bring him on and showcase some of those October recs for you. And it's not necessarily a Halloween movie, just something he likes to watch in October. So let's start. We brought two each. All right, Jordan, you want to start off?
I'll start off. Yep. All right, my first one is going to be Spookies.
Oh yeah.
I love this movie. Have you seen this movie?
I have. I own it. And I had the standard edition for a long, long time, and then using my VSMC points, I actually got the slip
Oh, you
recently.
did? This
Yeah.
one? This slip?
I have to check. It might be that one.
It might be this one.
That's the one I have.
This one?
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Anyway, yeah.
So, dude, this movie is just, I mean, it's not set on Halloween or anything, but there's so many like aspects that remind me of Halloween in this movie. Like there's tons of fog. It takes place in a haunted house. There's a graveyard. There's all kinds of monsters and stuff. The practical effects in it are amazing. It's not an amazing movie by any means. I wouldn't recommend it for the casual horror fan, but someone who's really looking to like dig deeper to like find some lesser known stuff. It's amazing. It came out in 1985, I believe. It actually has a really interesting story. So it's the plot is hard to follow because it's basically two movies put together. So the first writers and directors actually got fired when they were like 3/4 of the way finished with the movie, and they brought another set of directors and writers on to finish it. So you can kind of tell like the two different movies as you watch it. Like there's one movie's taking place. It's basically about these people that their car breaks down and they go into an abandoned mansion, and they find a Ouija board and start messing around with it, and then all these like creatures start coming to terrorize them, pretty much. And then the other movie going on is about like this little boy that gets lost in the mansion, and it's his birthday, and there's like a creepy like zombified like witch doctor kind of guy like following him around and stuff. But yeah, it's pretty interesting.
So what's funny? First of all, great recommendation. Thank you for that. I have seen Spookies. And I love Spookies. I haven't watched it in probably 5 years, but
Dude,
I do have that same Vinegar Syndrome edition, and I did not know any of that. So
yeah.
I know there's a really great documentary on that
Oh my
disc.
god, it's amazing. Like, dude, like watch the documentary before or after you watch it. It complements it so well,
So
and
I totally got to check that out.
it's so interesting too. So like the documentary will talk about pretty much everything that I just talked about, and they also touch on how they think that this mansion that they filmed the movie in was actually haunted. So there's some pretty interesting stories about that in there too.
Damn, I gotta check
But
this out.
another crazy thing is, so I actually follow one of the producers of this movie on Facebook, and he's been posting a lot of a potential sequel coming out to
Oh
this,
shit,
which is insane.
dude, I didn't know that. That's huge.
Yeah, yep.
That's huge.
His name's Frank Farrell. So you'll have to look him up on Instagram or Facebook. But yeah, there's a rumor that they're gonna make a sequel to this.
Guys, you
But
just heard it here first on the Miles of Horror
yep,
YouTube channel. Breaking news: Spookies 2
yeah,
is happening as per
I
source
yeah.
Jordon Lingle.
That's what he said. He's been talking about it and posting about it. There's been articles about it and stuff. But yeah, and then I will say there's also so my favorite part of this entire movie. There's a guy in this movie that's like a comedic relief type. He like fucks around with a puppet and stuff and like likes to torment people. But he gets lost and he comes into like this den of like this lady who's like a witch doctor kind
I
of
know
lady.
exactly what you're talking about.
And she has the craziest transformation in like
The
any low
spider, right?
budget, yeah, in any low budget horror movie that I've ever seen. Like it could rival The Thing, which just is insane to me with how low budget this was compared to The Thing.
What I love about Spookies and that scene specifically, if I remember correctly, again, I haven't watched it in a number of years, but it is very like 80s style with like it's like bubble gum and like right, it's
Yeah,
that same kind of like thing like special effects, right?
yep. And that's not even, I mean, there's a ton of amazing special effects creatures in this. So I mean, yeah, if anyone has not seen this, if you're a casual horror fan, it might drag a little bit for you, but if you appreciate like the amazing practical effects of the 80s, it's right up your alley.
So this is
So,
a Vinegar Syndrome release, guys. If you're
yep.
interested in checking it out, you can definitely get it through Vinegar Syndrome. I think they still have it
I
available.
believe they do. The slip covers definitely are out of print
Right.
now, but yeah, you should be able to snag the Blu-ray still, and it'll come with the documentary and everything. So,
What I will say about Spookies, and being a big Vinegar Syndrome fan, and again, I've subscribed to them for over 5 years now. I have more titles from them than any other company. I'll say that if I were to like appeal to a new physical media collector or someone getting in really starting to build their collection and get into horror and get into the boutique labels, and they wanted me to recommend one Vinegar Syndrome title that really represents the label and represents what they're all about. I think it would be Spookies. I think that is like
100%.
if you watch Spookies, you're gonna be like, I want more of this, and and
Yep,
that's exactly what Vinegar Syndrome does. So
exactly.
it's a great pick. So
Yes,
thank
sir.
you for that.
Awesome, dude.
Um, so all right, I'll take my first recommendation from here. Also, I tried to think a little bit outside the box on both these. And not only think outside the box, but for these, and I changed up my Halloween watch list this year. Also, first time
Okay.
in like 10 years that I changed it up. But
Really?
my first recommendation for you guys to watch is a movie from Scream Team releasing. And I've talked about it in other videos. And it's called The Barn.
I knew it was
Right?
coming.
And I just love Scream Team releasing. Um, they are to me, I'm going to a con on the 9th. I'm going to a Monster Mania at the Greater Philly Expo Center on the 9th, and they're going to have a booth there. I'm going to hit it real hard. They are like, it's hard to pick favorites these days because there's so many great labels out there. But Scream Team Releasing is a company that does everything in house, right? Everything is released through their own directors, their own kind of their own producers and all that. Um, Michael Bailiff is a big overseer of what they do. And so most of their stuff is like in-house kind of stuff. Everything they do is very raw and very indie. It has a certain feel to it. And I probably have about 20 titles from them. And again, it's hard to kind of pick favorites these days, but every single thing I've gotten from them, I've loved. Not just liked, I've loved. And The Barn was probably the first Scream Team releasing movie I ever saw, and I actually streamed it the first time I saw it. And so I have the Blu-ray here, and I have The Barn 2 as well.
That
But
edition is sweet too, dude.
it's super cool, man. And I think no, it's not signed, but you can check out the artwork on that, guys. I mean, it's awesome.
I have
It-
never seen it actually. I've been meaning to though. I don't think I own any Scream Team releasing movies actually, but there's a ton that I want to get into, so it's gonna happen soon.
dude, I can't say enough amazing things about Scream Team releasing. I and most a lot of their movies have a Halloween vibe to them. But anyway, I'm gonna read you guys the back real quick. It's Halloween 1989, and best friends Sam and Josh are trying to enjoy their last Devil's Night before graduating high school. Trouble soon arises when the two pals and a group of friends take a detour on their way to a rock concert, finding an old abandoned barn and awakening the evil inside. So there are these three characters: the Boogeyman, Hallow Jack, and the Candy Corn Scarecrow. And those kind of three monsters come alive, and they're just this spawn of hell, and it's just all hell breaks loose, and it's just fun, man.
That's awesome.
It's so cool, so much fun. Linnea Quigley makes an appearance in this. Ari
Is it
Lehman makes an
isn't
appearance in
isn't
this.
Felissa Rose in it too?
I don't think she's in this one. She was in let's see.
I feel like she was in one of them. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you could be right. I don't think it was this one. Um, but all of their stuff, they always have like Jessa Flux. They always have like Brink Stevens. They always have these big name like horror actors that are always kind of like cameoing and all this kind of stuff. So guys, The Barn is a fantastic movie. And I'm just shouting out Scream Team releasing one more time. Go check them out if you're unfamiliar with them. I haven't missed on a single release of theirs yet, so definitely go check them out. Anyway, so Jordan, let's hand it back to you. Another recommendation. What do you got?
So my first one was a more obscure one to a casual horror fan. This next one is more well known, in my opinion. At least I hope it is. It's not necessarily it's not a horror movie at all. It was so it came out in '93, I believe. It was the first time I saw it was from my wife. Actually, she showed me it.
So it's in '93, and it's not a true horror movie. You said?
Nope, it's not a horror movie. It's actually an animated movie. So
I'm trying to think, maybe if I can guess it. '93,
The Halloween Tree. Have you ever seen this?
I have not.
Oh my gosh,
I'm
it's
gonna write it
so
down
good.
right now.
So this my wife first saw this on Cartoon Network. Actually, it was a Cartoon Network special, but I believe it came out before then, and it's actually based on a Ray Bradbury book called The Halloween
Sick.
Tree.
I think I knew that actually.
Yep. So basically, it takes place on Halloween, and there's this group of friends that are all getting ready to go out trick or treating. It has a super deep story and meaning for a kids cartoon. So the leader of the group turns out they show up to his house to pick him up, and they see him getting hauled off in an ambulance, and it turns out that his appendix burst. So they start going to the hospital.
That's in this movie.
Yep.
Holy shit.
It's technically like a special because it's only like I consider a movie because it's 70 minutes long, so
right.
it's almost feature length. But so then his friends start going through like this dark, creepy forest to find him at a hospital, and they come across this old creepy mansion, and they see his ghost basically, and they follow it to this old creepy mansion. And there they meet this really creepy guy called Mr. Moonshroud or Moundshroud. And he's actually voiced by Leonard Nimoy, who played Spock in Star Trek. And I had no idea, but Leonard Nimoy actually voiced like a ton of animated characters in the 90s. And like when you hear this guy's voice, you would have no idea that it's him at all. But so that's basically the intro. And then they see the Halloween tree. The Halloween tree is this tree with thousands of pumpkins on it. And they see their friend stealing his pumpkin, and he like basically like transports like back in time, and then they have to like follow their friend through time trying to like find him and get his pumpkin.
I don't know why. I'm just having a hard time like picturing a cartoon character bursting his appendix.
Yeah, it doesn't show it or anything, but like, dude, it's amazing. I'm pretty sure it's on Tubi.
Gotcha.
For free, so
you can watch it. It is a kids movie, right?
It is. Yep.
Cool.
It is. It's amazing though, dude. It's got so many it's got such a deep meaning, like at the end, like with friendship and camaraderie.
I've been looking for like non. I guess I've been looking for kind of like more of a children's vibey horror movie lately. I really have. The other night I watched for the first time. I watched The Great Pumpkin.
This is Charlie
Brown. And so this is great. I'm totally gonna watch that. And you inspired me. That might be like I might have like pivoted a little bit. I might watch that on Halloween.
Dude, you need to watch it this Halloween season 100% because it's amazing. And like the atmosphere is amazing. There's tons of pumpkins and like fog and like the backgrounds are all like matte paintings, like that old animation style. It's beautiful.
Dude, so, that's awesome. I'm so glad you brought that one because I'm totally gonna watch that.
Yeah, you got to, and you gotta let me know how you like it. So
for sure, man. Awesome stuff. Halloween Tree. a Ray Bradbury short story, animated children's Halloween movie. I love that so much. And like I said, I've been looking for a children's horror movie. The other night, I was browsing on Disney Plus, and that's when I ended up watching The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
Yep.
And spoiler alert for that, the pumpkin never comes, man. What the shit is that?
Yep.
I couldn't believe it. I was waiting all episode and it never came.
Yep.
Anyway, awesome, great stuff. And I got one more for you guys now. It's funny, this is not technically a horror movie either, but Jordan, you and I have talked. You know that I'm obsessed with The Substance.
Yep.
That movie completely blew me away.
Same here.
I haven't seen a movie that has hit me that hard since Cabin in the Woods back in 2011. And as I've mentioned before, I'm working on a video on my top 10 favorite movies of all time. The Substance has snuck into my top 10.
Awesome,
and like I keep telling myself it's in like the 6-7 range, but like the more I think about this movie, like I am obsessed. Like I love this movie so much.
It was amazing.
It's possible it gets into that like 5 range, which is crazy to think about. A movie can have skyrocketed up my rank that much.
It's 100% horror release of the year for me. Like
yeah. I'm so glad you liked it. I am obsessed with it. I loved it. I walked into that theater knowing I was going to enjoy it, and I had the biggest smile on my face the entire movie, and it's like 3 hours long. I walked out with a newfound appreciation for horror after watching that movie. So so anyway, I really love The Substance, and the director Coralie Fargett is brilliant. And anyway, so in lieu of that, I have another Coralie Fargett movie. And you guys might have seen it, you might not have. It's not true horror, but it's definitely a frightening movie. And that is a movie called Revenge. Okay. It is a Coralie Fargett directed movie, and I got to tell you, it is not the true horror that The Substance is, but it is just as raw, just as emotional as The Substance is. So I'm going to read you guys the premise real quick. This is a second site release, by the way. I think it is sold out at this point, but rich, arrogant, and married Richard has invited his lover Jen to his luxury retreat for a romantic getaway. Their plans are interrupted, however, by the sudden early arrival of his 2 sleazy associates for their hunting trip. Their initial leering advances turn much uglier, culminating in a brutal assault and Jen left for dead in the desert. Coralie Fargett's explosive, stunning debut subverts a well-trodden genre, winning widespread critical acclaim and instant cult status. Now, what I'll say is this. It's not a true horror movie, but it is a frightening movie, and it is so unbelievably raw and unnerving and keeps you on the edge of your seat. And Coralie, and I remember seeing it for the first time and being like, that movie slaps real hard. Like it's the kind of movie, like, just like when you watch The Substance and it ends, you're like, that movie like hit me hard. And so I can't recommend Revenge enough.
You gotta write that one down because I haven't seen that one and it sounds really interesting. So.
Dude, it's awesome, and you can see on the artwork right here, the main chick in it. I don't know her name. She was fantastic. I think Matilda Lutz is her name. And now having, I think I did watch it at the time. It's funny now, going back to this release after seeing The Substance, I watched the extras on this release and I watched the interview with Coralie Fargett, but at the time she wasn't anybody of note to me. Now that she's directed The Substance, I kind of want to go back and rewatch it. But dude, Revenge, fantastic movie.
I'm gonna check it out for sure.
Sweet. Okay, so yeah, those. What's up?
I said that's awesome. And before we move on, my wife was listening to me explain the Halloween tree, and she said, don't forget to say it teaches the meaning of what all the kids are dressed as. So those are like the time periods that they go back in time to, whatever they're dressed as.
We got to get Alyssa on the show one time.
Yeah, we will. We
got to get her take on this. We got to get like a back and forth between you guys. You know what I mean?
She said, I was listening to you explain it, and I wanted to take over so badly.
That's great. Hello, Alyssa, from all of us over here on YouTube land. Thank you for your input. We totally want to get you on next time.
Yeah,
Um,
that'd be awesome.
so anyway, yeah, so awesome stuff. You got Revenge and The Barn from me, and you got the Halloween Tree and Spookies, okay,
Jeez.
from Jordan. So watch those movies, guys. We wouldn't be telling you if we didn't mean it. Go check them out. They're a great spooky movies, no pun intended, for the Halloween season. And the last thing I want to do with you guys before our show and tell is what we're gonna watch on Halloween. Okay, so we each brought, I think, 3 titles, right?
Yep.
And I think that's fair, especially this year for me, at least. I'm off on Friday. This is like a spectacle to behold. It is Diwali, and I'm a teacher in New York City, so we are off. So this is
Good
like
for you.
dude, like I am so happy. It's like
I'm jelly.
a holiday of all holidays. So I already have my game plan. I'm gonna come home from work. I'm gonna try and get a quick gym session in by 6 o'clock. I am on the couch, and I'm planning on doing 3 movies. Ordering pizza, getting my pumpkins lit up, and all that good stuff. So we're gonna take you guys through our list. We have 3 each. Why don't we do back and forth like we did?
Yeah, dude.
Here. And so, you want to start this? You want to start? You want me to start?
You start
Okay,
this time.
I'll start this time. So, I've had the same lineup for years and years and years now for what I like to watch on Halloween night, and I've never veered from it in a long time, or I haven't veered it from it in a long time. This year, I am veering from it for the first time. Okay, because normally I watch Hocus Pocus on Halloween. That is one of the 3 movies that I watch, but I watched it already this season. Okay, so I wanted to get in the Halloween spirit, and that what better way to do it than Hocus Pocus? So I had already watched it, so I'm actually going to pivot this year. I'm gonna watch something else on Halloween. So I'll save that for last to keep you guys on the edge of your seat. What I replaced it with, but of course, if you guys know me, you know I'm a big Halloween fan. And Halloween 1978 is my favorite movie of all time. So of course, I'm gonna watch Halloween 1978, the 4K from Scream Factory. I have already watched this edition. It has never looked better. This movie's a masterpiece. The coloring, the score, the cinematography, the story itself, the way this movie was shot to me is really a masterpiece. And like there's some horror greats, and there are some
Yep.
iconic movies. Nightmare on Elm Street, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That is an iconic film, and it's the scariest movie of all time. There's the Friday 13th. There's just so many iconic movies out there, but none to me are the masterpiece that Halloween is.
I'm just gonna cut in too and show you that
All right,
that's
beautiful.
also one of
Hell
my
yeah.
Halloween watches every year. I mean, you got to.
Yeah, you have to. You have to. So I think me and Jordan are in agreement on that. Halloween 78
Yep.
for sure. I love that about you. And
Perfect, the perfect mood. So I'll set it up for everyone. If you hand out candy, you turn this movie on, you open your screen door, you set out a bucket of candy, turn your light on, and just listen to the trick-or-treaters come and grab candy
dude,
from
I
your
love
front
that.
porch while you're watching Halloween. It's nothing better.
Dude, I love that so much. Now I
Yeah.
know that your favorite movie is Fright Night, correct?
That's my favorite movie of all time.
Yeah,
Hands down.
cool. So Halloween is it's your favorite Halloween night watch.
Yep.
Awesome.
100%. It's close with that and another one, which I'm sure you know what it is because it's literally like it's so universal. But I mean, it's just how it has to be, you know.
I do know. Anyway, so our first on the list, we both came with the same movie, and that is Halloween 78. I'm curious if any of these other 2 are the same. I'm pretty sure one is not, but the other one that I'm about to show you, we might have similar, which would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
So let me get right into it, and that is, drum roll, please, Trick or Treat. Boom!
Yes,
Same edition. And I have to tell you all right now, this was not planned. This is
Not at
totally
all.
on the spot, happening right now. Yeah, hell yeah. All right, we are 2 for 2 here. And yours is still sealed. Nice.
Haven't opened it yet. I'm saving it, dude.
And the other thing is not only is this typically what I watch every year on Halloween, but we have this gorgeous brand new edition from Arrow Video. And what's funny is we opted for the same artwork too.
Yes, sir. You got to, because then you can flip to the original artwork on the
Dude,
inside
100,
and stuff there.
100%. And I thought, I really love the way the new artwork pops. I thought it was
Oh yeah,
splotchy
it's
and
sweet.
fun and Halloweeny. And I don't dislike the original artwork, but like you said, you can just flip that over on the 4K insert, and
Yep.
like then you have the best of both worlds.
Yes, sir. Yep.
So I thought this looked way better on the shelf, and I think the artwork was cool when I saw the image, but the embossed covers is banging, dude.
Yeah, yeah, it's sweet. I'm super excited to check out the commentary with James A. Janice and Chelsea Rebecca from Dead Meat too, because I love the Dead Meat podcast. I'm excited that's on there, so that'll be cool.
The other thing that I mentioned, yeah, I gotta check that out too, is that Trick or Treat for me is a movie that has always popped. Just watching the Blu-ray, there are so many great darks and blacks in this movie, and a lot of great Halloween oranges and reds, and especially the werewolf scene without spoiling
Mhm.
anything. So I'm really excited for what this movie is gonna look like in 4K. I think it's gonna look banging.
That's another one that I just remember seeing like towards the end of like the video store era, at least in my town, because I mean I still had movies where I could rent DVDs from and stuff, and I just remember seeing that Trick or Treat artwork and just being like, this looks so badass. Like I gotta check this out.
Do you remember, this movie has a very weird kind of rise to fame because
Yeah.
Sam is as truthfully as iconic as any other Halloween character at this point.
Oh
You got to
yeah.
share Halloween. There's a bigger a trick or treat section than anything else.
It only took
Um,
them 10 years though, is what's
Right.
crazy.
Well, that's
I
what I'm
mean,
trying to
it's just
say
crazy
is
how.
that its path to where it is now is kind of bizarre
Yep.
because it wasn't originally released in theaters.
Nope.
It was straight to video release. However, that wasn't the original goal. It was set for a theatrical release, and there were trailers had come out for a theatrical release. And do you remember seeing those trailers?
Oh yeah. Yep.
And I remember seeing it, and I just remember seeing. There's a scene in the trailer where Sam is like crawling on the ceiling,
Yep.
and you just see like this weird thing, and I was like, this movie looks awesome. And I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and it just never came out. And I
Yep.
think I actually like ended up buying the DVD. I think that's how I first saw it.
Hmm.
Back when I collected DVDs back in the day.
Yep.
And but it took a long time before it actually came to physical media, and it was straight to DVD. So the fact that it is what it is now is kind of crazy to think about.
Oh yeah, dude. It's insane.
So anyway, Trick or Treat 4K. We are 2 for 2 here. We got Halloween 78, Trick or Treat 4K. So and my last Halloween night watch this year is something that I've only seen once. It is a recent movie. You got to guess?
A recent movie
A
that you've only
recent
seen
movie.
once. Huh. I don't I'm trying to think. Has it come out in theaters this year?
I don't know if there was a theatrical release.
Oh, there wasn't a
I
theatrical
don't
release.
know.
Let me think. I don't know. I don't think I have a guess,
I'm fairly
honestly.
confident you've seen it. So let me show you guys. It is Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Have you seen it?
Oh yeah, dude. It's awesome.
It's a really awesome movie, and takes place on Halloween.
There
So,
was a very limited theatrical release. They played
oh,
it
was it?
they played it for like a weekend, I think. But I personally watched it on Shudder when it came on there.
Yeah, I
So,
streamed it also. And I loved it when I watched it, and I
dude,
love movies that have kind of interpretive endings. That doesn't spoil anything. It does have
that's a
somewhat,
top 3 horror release this year for
yeah,
me,
that's
for sure.
somewhat of a interpretive ending, and we got this beautiful edition from Umbrella, and it's a movie that I want to revisit. And I really want to see it again because I think if I watch it again, I'll pick up on some more stuff, and really enjoy it more. And so this movie, it takes place on Halloween and 1977, if I'm not mistaken.
Mhm.
And it's very retro, it's very OG, and it really has a Halloween feel. So all the guests, if you haven't seen it, it's about a late night talk show host who is basically the king of the late night talk shows, and there's tragedy strikes in his life, and he has a hard time kind of getting back the ratings. And so he decides, in order to save his studio and save his kind of career, he's going to do a Halloween special.
Mhm.
And the movie's about what takes place on the Halloween special. And so it really, it is about Halloween. I mean, there's costumes. There is, I believe there's even like some 70s style commercials that they throw in there.
Yep. Yep.
And it's shot in a very retro and vintage way. And all the clothing is retro, and it's got that raw feel to it. So I'm gonna check out Late Night with the Devil again on Halloween.
Awesome, dude.
That is my third pick. Now I will say, like I mentioned, it's normally Hocus Pocus, but it has been dethroned this year to try out Late Night with the Devil. I don't think this is a movie that I'm going to be watching every year on Halloween. I think it's just going to be for this year because
Yeah.
I do want to rewatch it.
I want to revisit that one too. I definitely will soon. I'm debating on finding a Umbrella release or getting the Second Sight 4K. So I'm torn, but once I pick it up, I'll definitely get one of those. So
Yeah, what's interesting, I did a video on when that news first dropped on the
Mhm.
differences between the two. The Second Sight is a better physical media release. They have more extras on there,
Yeah.
and I believe it's a 4K disc.
Yeah. Hmm.
So you're definitely getting more on that Second Sight release. But me being the stupid nut that I am about packaging, I happen to like this artwork a lot more.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. But anyway, yeah. So Late Night with the Devil. Going back to Jordan, your last Halloween watch. What do you got?
It's been mentioned this stream so far.
Oh,
So
nice.
it's not going to be a surprise to you, but it's obviously my favorite horror movie of all time.
Oh, hell
Right?
yeah,
And I'm going to bust out the VHS and watch
yeah,
it on my
boy,
old VHS player this
dude, that's
year.
fucking
So
sick. So
I
wait,
got it. I got it signed by Chris Sarandon at the con that we went to last
can you
month.
like 360 that? I want to see like the bottom. Is it like sealed or is it?
Yep,
Oh, that's
it's
sick,
like
dude.
it's one of the Columbia RCA home
Yeah.
video
Oh, that's
releases that are
awesome.
like sleeved. So, but yeah, it's crazy too. The crazy thing about it is this is actually like the VHS from my local video store that I used to rent movies from when I was a kid, called Mister Movies.
Dude, that's
So
a really cool
it's pretty
keepsake to
cool.
have.
So yeah, I mean, I can't not watch my favorite horror movie of all time on Halloween. You know.
Yeah, oh for
So
sure, dude. That's awesome.
and I mean, I can't say enough about it. I mean, it's an amazing movie.
So
It's the best vampire movie of all time, hands down.
is your VHS player like on your main TV in your house?
No, so I actually have one of those old like countertop VHS players that I use, like the small ones that I have just turned into like a horror movie machine with
Oh, sick.
stickers all
See,
over it.
I gotta get that, man.
I
Late,
found it
dude.
at a garage sale for like $5,
That's
dude.
so sick. Wait, is it the one that's like attached to a TV?
No, it's its own little thing. It's over in the corner of my room, but
So what's crazy is, I have a big physical media collection, I have a big horror collection, but I don't really own VHS. And over the past like 3 or 4 months, I'd say I have gotten such an itch to start collecting
yeah,
VHS,
dude.
dude.
So
I
I
I
don't like
like
I don't like go crazy with them. I mean, like I'll like visit like Goodwill or like Half Price Bookstore, like my local like movie seller, and like if they've got like some for cheap or like a good deal, I'll pick them up. But I don't like go on eBay and scroll and buy expensive tapes because like some of those old tapes are expensive as heck. Like it's just
Dude,
ridiculous.
I have a feeling that's going to be a big endeavor of mine in the very near future. I
I
am
will go on that journey with you when you
uh,
make the plunge.
dude, let's do it, man. You heard it here first, folks. Okay, Jordan and I are gonna go on a VHS
Yeah.
journey rabbit hole. So death do us part,
Yep.
and it will be the end of us. I want you to know, but at least we'll be happy when we do it. Um, so yeah, I've just had this like innate feeling like I've never been more drawn to VHS before. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I've never wanted to really go back to my roots as much as I do now, and like I'm a little older. You're 29, I'm 37, so I'm a few
Mhm.
years older than you. But I mean, I was a child of the VHS, man. Like
Yep.
that was my era. I was born in '86, so
Yep.
um, I just it's such a cool thing to catalog. And what else, I've really gotten into the artwork and that kind of end
Mhm.
on physical media, and VHS artwork is awesome.
You
Like
can't beat it.
I love the wrap on them. I just think it's such a cool thing, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure that an actual statistic says that there's still more movies on VHS than any other physical media format, which is
Wow.
crazy. So I mean, there's going to be tons of VHS movies to get film restorations and stuff, which is exciting. And there's also an endless amount of VHS to collect too.
Oh
So
god. My wallet is not happy about that. But the cool thing about it is like you had said, and you have a VHS player. I don't want to just
mhm.
collect them. Like I don't, I'm not going to be sitting here watching VHS every night. But like I
Yeah,
would like to go back and watch
it's
Halloween
nice.
'78 on VHS. Like how
It's nice
cool is
to
that,
pull it out every once in a while.
dude? Hell yeah!
Yeah.
And not besides the nostalgia that it brings. This is how I watched movies growing up. Like
Yep.
this
Same.
this was when I fell in love with horror, and I fell in love with watching horror movies. When my dad sat me on his bed and I was 10 years old and showed me Suspiria, it wasn't
Yep.
streaming; it was a VHS tape, and that's how I fell in love with watching horror movies. You know?
That's how it's like the same thing for me, dude. Like my local library had all those Goosebumps VHS that I could go check out and just like endlessly check them out and just run the heck out of the tape, dude.
Yeah, so just kind of going full circle here. So when I was staring down that Terrifier 3 complete collection, I was looking at that VHS. I'm like, this is the way to start, man. It's actually over there. I got my Late Night with the Devil came with the VHS.
Yep.
I have
Yep.
that VHS, and then I have the Goosebumps clamshell. So I have a small VHS collection, and my
Yep.
dad's got a whole box of tapes at home. I'm sure if I went through, I'd find some goodies. But
Yeah.
I look at them and I'm like, I want more, and
Yeah.
it's sad. So I'm thinking about going to that convention day. I'm going November 9th to Monster Mania out in
Mhm.
Philly, and I was thinking about hitting the archive up on my way home.
Dude,
'Cause that's
yeah.
not too far from me, and I've been there a bunch of times. And hitting up the archive and it's grabbing some tapes, man.
That'd be sick, dude.
Yeah,
You'll have to let me
so
know if that happens.
for sure. Anyway, so this has been a blast.
Yeah, dude.
Jordan, you are my bro. I love hanging out on
Same,
here.
dude.
One thing that we are going to end the show with is a little bit of a show and tell. So I asked Jordan, just like last time, to bring on a something he has in his collection that holds meaning to him, that is special for whatever reason. And I'm going to do the same. And last time I forgot my piece, so
I
today
remember that.
I have mine with me. So
Yay.
Jordan, yay! It's got Robbie, yay! So Jordan, I'm gonna let you go first. What do you got for us?
All right, so mine is actually, to no surprise, a 1/6 figure from
Hell
my
yeah!
collection. This particular piece is made by an artist by the name of Beto Metalli. He is renowned as one of the best custom horror figure artists in the business. This
What's the name?
piece,
What's the name?
his name's Beto Metalli. It's BETO MATALI, and
Got
he also goes by custom_horror_figures.
got
But
it.
basically, it's ran by him and his partner Lupita. She makes the clothing. He does all the sculpting and painting of the body parts and accessories and stuff. So this particular figure, when I first started getting into customs, I wanted it so bad, and I never thought that I would ever get it. It took me probably 3 years to finally get one, because it's how rare they are, and how much people don't let them go when they have them. This is my Freddy Part 2 figure from Freddy's Revenge. It's freaking insane. I can send you some more pictures of it that are higher quality, but this is his like screaming sculpt. The brain is rubber, so it's like squishy. But yeah, it's amazing, man. And it
Yeah,
comes with it comes with more stuff than this too. So it comes with this finger knife hand, and then you also get obviously the OG Freddy glove,
hell
and
yeah!
then the blades on it are like real steel too, or bronze or something. So it's pretty sweet. And then you also get just like the standard like menacing Freddy face with the hat that comes
Hell
off.
yeah!
But
See that OG vibe with the hat, I love.
yeah. Yeah, so I have them displayed together. So I've got the other head on display too. But yeah, dude, like I said, this took me probably 3 years to acquire,
Holy shit.
and I actually got it in a package deal with another figure that I will bring to another show and tell
Hell yeah.
sometime, or if we ever do a video on my collection.
Dude, that is a sick piece.
Dude, it's
And
perfect too, dude. And like the detail that he puts into it is insane because like you know that the Freddy glove like was heavy to wear, so he actually makes his shoulder like slouch,
so
like
it's
because
hard to see on the stream,
yeah.
but I can't imagine the detail that is in Freddy's face. I'm sure it's
Like I
insane.
said, I'll send you some more pictures if you want to put them up on here. You can to get a better look at it,
Hell
but
yeah.
it's amazing, dude. Like I said, it's definitely the grail of my collection. This figure and one other figure that I have sworn to myself, if I ever like sell everything, I will never get rid of this and
So
another figure.
is this guy Beto Matalia the kind of thing, like you said, it took you about 3 years? Is that because you had to wait? Yeah, it was like a wait list for it, or like
So this one was already sold out, so I had to wait for someone to like sell one from like a
oh
secondhand
damn.
person. His runs are all very limited though, and they always sell out. And he does take a long time to make stuff sometimes. Some pieces take him 2 years to make, but I mean he specializes in Freddy's and Jason's mainly. But he has done like Toxic Avenger and
Oh,
the
sick.
some of the Universal monsters and stuff like that. But yeah, he's got an Instagram, so you should definitely check him
I
out. He's
totally
sick.
will. I'll hit you up for that after, after we close. But
Yeah.
speaking of kind of limited items, I ordered I don't I just could not resist it. It was over the summer and I was out on the road and I was working at my camp, and I always feel like I have more money when I'm out there because I'm not
Mhm.
spending my own. I use my my company card and all that. I direct the summer camp over the summer and I'm out traveling and all that. And I ordered a pinhead bust from Evil Shed, if you're familiar with them.
Oh, no way,
Yeah,
dude.
and
Oh, that's
it cost me an arm and a leg, but like I didn't I already paid, so I haven't thought about it in months. And so I'm just thinking about like that in my head. I just cannot wait to get that because it's just
yeah,
going to be insane. So I have
dude, I
that.
can't wait to see that.
I have that on the way. That
That's
pinhead
sick.
bust. And anyway, so yeah, that's sick, dude. I would love to see that in person. And like you said, the fact that he put like a spongy brain on there, and you got
Yeah.
the different pieces, it's cool stuff, man.
Yep. Thanks, dude.
So anyway, it's really funny because if you notice, I had a big smile on my face as soon as you pulled out the Freddy. There's something in the air tonight. There's something in the water because I have a Freddy piece tonight as well.
Okay, okay.
We're just on the same page tonight.
That's
And
awesome.
yeah, so I have my friend Freddy here, and I I gotta be honest with you. I don't know where he's from. I don't know where he came from or what his value is. But he was a gift that was given to me this past weekend at a Halloween party.
That's
And
awesome.
like I said before, I mentioned that my buddy Matt runs a comic shop and gifted me that Juan Ramos Halloween print. He gave me that Myers 12 scale, whatever. And he also gave me this. And it was not in any kind of packaging. He just had it in the store
Mhm.
and he gave it to me. And, it hit me that I really don't have much Freddy memorabilia. I
Yeah.
have the original poster actually right here that I adore. And it's framed up, but I really don't have much Freddy stuff. And I put this guy on my shelf, and I just love him there. I love seeing
He's
having some
badass,
Freddy
dude.
merch. Yeah, I have a Stephen Holiday print up there as well, a Freddy poster, but I have no real like Freddy merch.
Yeah,
This is like my only kind of figure that I have, and I just love seeing him on my shelf. I think he brings about a totally new vibe to the room.
definitely.
And he's not like a small thing; he's pretty substantial,
Yeah, yeah, those are sweet, dude.
Yeah, cool.
I've seen those before. I have a
Do you know what it's from? Like,
I think it's from a company called Mezco.
okay,
I
I'm gonna
I
Google
don't
it.
remember the line, but I think I have a Beetlejuice one that's very similar. He's over here, like in my background right there. But he's a very similar size, but that
Let's see,
Freddy one's sick, dude. I love that.
dude. And yeah, it could be. It could be. Yeah, this might be it right here. Um, it's like $100. Let's see. It's very possible this is it right here. Yeah, it is definitely. Yeah, this thing's like $100.
Dude, I'm telling you, when it comes to collectibles and shit like
Yeah,
that, dude.
the fact that you just like knew that off the rip was insane.
Yep.
You're like, yeah, that's a Mezco. Like, here's this random Freddy doll.
That's awesome though, dude. It's still sick. I love it.
And apparently it talks, I think, but I got to put batteries in it.
That's awesome,
So
dude.
he gifted me this. He gifted me that Halloween print. Oop, Freddy lost his head. He gifted me that Halloween print. And he got me that Myers. So like, now that I know like what this is worth, I mean, he got me
Yeah,
some awesome
he
stuff.
hooked
So
you up, dude.
he
That's
did.
sick.
So all instantly has a special meaning to me. Besides the fact that he gave it to me, but I love having a Freddy piece. So
Yeah, dude.
that's what I got. Anyway, so guys, Jordan, man, you are the man. I appreciate you hanging
I
out.
got you,
For those of
dude.
you that are watching, Jordan and I, I've been really. We knew we wanted to do a Halloween show. We're kind of going back and forth on the date, and we had a date lined up for last week, and then I got sick. But
Yeah.
Jordan and I really want to start doing this more regularly.
Yeah, dude.
I have my channel, but we want to start doing like a pod situation kind of thing where it's weekly or bi-weekly or whatever. So be on the lookout for that. We're kind of like going back and forth, hammering out some details here and there. But that is an eventual goal for us. We kind of
Yeah.
want to do some kind of a podcast or some kind of a more regular thing where we can kind of bring on guests together. And I have a whole slew of people that want to come on,
Yeah, dude. That'd be
including the
sweet.
amazing Creation X. So a lot of really cool people. So be on the lookout for that. Jordan, anything you want to say before we kind of cut it here?
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Oh yeah.
It's the time of the season. This is the best time of the year. Like, I mean, especially around my parts. Like all the leaves are falling, the autumn colors are popping. Like,
yeah, I live in New York City, and it's not really by choice. I work here, so for the time being, that this is what's going to happen. But I will definitely be. I'm 38, so the more permanent residence is definitely in the near future, and I'm definitely going to head out to suburbia. That's kind of how I grew up. That's what I love. And you had said earlier, you're gonna throw on Halloween and trick or treaters are gonna come to your door, and it gave me the chills, man. I love that so much.
Yep.
So Jordan, thank you so much. You're an
Thank you,
amazing
man.
dude. You're an
Thanks
awesome
for having
friend.
me on.
Say what's up to Alyssa for us.
Will do.
And yeah, we'll do this soon. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Happy Halloween, happy spooky season, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.